Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flappers, Brooklyn. Y'all already know, man. Welcome to the page. Like and subscribe. If you're a rated subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you. Because you could be doing anything with your time right now. And you standing, sitting, driving, cooking. You locked in, listening to me. Hopefully I have your undivided attention. If my message don't apply to you, let it fly. Forward it, share it. You never know what anybody is going through. It could be significant to somebody else in this world. So share that. Don't hate, participate. How y'all doing, social media world? Hope all is well with you. You know what I mean? Right now we in Aries season. The last video I did probably about 3 weeks ago. It was Ramadan and me participating in Ramadan. Ramadan ended last week. So shout out to all my Muslims, all the people who practice Islam. It is not an easy thing to do. I salute you guys to stand strong in your faith, your discipline, your determination for what you believe in to Allah. So I shout you guys out. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. I definitely did participate. I fell short here and there. I probably succeeded about 80%, you know what I'm saying? But the goals that I wanted to accomplish while doing Ramadan, I stuck to. So, I'm human, So, and that's not my practice. I'm not Muslim, but I wanted to, participate because I really see that as a great way to worship your higher power. You don't have to be Muslim. It doesn't have to be Ramadan for you to fast and participate and give them something, some type of worldly thing that you love doing just for the sake of your God, your higher power, whatever you want to call them. But shout out to all the Muslims out there, man. It is not, they're not even drinking water. See, when I was doing Ramadan, I was drinking water because I was still going to the gym. I was still doing certain things, tweaking it. Because again, I'm not Muslim, so I wasn't following it 100%. So the ones that were following it 100%, salute to you. And even if you failed here and there because you was dying of thirst or you just was starving and you wanted to eat and listen, God loves you. God knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows it's not an easy thing to do that with that much discipline and dedication. So shout out to you guys. That was my last video. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check out my last video that I did, Ramadan, participating in Ramadan. I can't even remember the title of that video. Forgive me. But it's Aries season. We here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my Aries peoples out there. My March, April Aries. And if you're really in tune, April is definitely different from March Aries. We got similarities, but we definitely different. But shout out to all you guys because celebrate yourself. You should be celebrating yourself all year around. But when it's your holiday, when it's your born day, your earth day, your birthday, whatever you guys want to call it out there, you need to celebrate yourself, man. In this country, in this world, we celebrate all types of frivolous holidays that don't really mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when it's your day, the day you came out the womb, the day you came into this earth and you was present, you should definitely be eating what you want to eat, drinking what you want to drink, and doing what you want to do. It's your holiday. You should do this every day, but especially on that day. You know what I'm saying? It's my birthday weekend. Shout out to me. 4-4, April 4th. You guys already know. Aries gang. You know what I mean? So I said I gotta do a video for my peoples. Actually on my way out right now. I'm going out with a couple of my friends, go to a brunch, have a little something. I've been going out all weekend since my birthday, celebrating on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. We celebrated all the way to whenever Aries end. What's that, the 19th, the 20th? I think they end on the 20th. I'm not really sure, but It's Aries season. We celebrate it all till that ends. But today I want to talk about faith. Since I did the last video on Ramadan, I want to talk about faith and specifically faith over fear. You know what I'm saying? Because social media, where at the end of the day, we all have choices. And when I talk to people, including myself, I'm a full victim of this. I've gotten a lot better over the years, but I used to be very, I don't want to say pessimistic, but I used to let fear rule my life in a lot of categories, a lot of areas, a lot of subjects. I used to choose fear over faith. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you really got to be, and this is why self-awareness is key, because at the end of the day, it's a choice. It goes, you could either choose left or you could choose right. So when you have faith, you believe in the unknown, right? You don't know what's going to happen, but you have faith. Hold on. A lot of noise going on out there. When you have faith, you're thinking positive, you're thinking optimistic, you're believing in the unknown. You're believing that whatever it is that you do believe and have faith in, it's going to work out in your favor. When you have fear, you're doing the exact opposite. You're assuming that whatever's going to happen, whatever you believe in, is going to work out in the worst case scenario. You guys with me? Do you kind of see that? Do you really see how it's pretty much both the same thing, but one thing you're choosing to believe the best for you in the best case scenario, which is faith, and then the other one you're choosing the worst case scenario, something that's gonna completely keep you in discord, in a lack mentality, negativity, which is fear. But at the end of the day, it's a choice. Until we actually get into that realm, and when I say realm, meaning the actual thing we're having faith or fear over. And a lot of us kind of shoot ourselves in the foot before we even get to that. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you worried about something? Could be weeks in advance, could be months in advance. So you don't even know when it's coming, but you're already assuming the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? So when I say you're killing yourself twice or you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're worried about something you don't know the outcome for. And we all do it. Don't get me wrong. We all do it. I got better at it, but there's times I have to catch myself. And this is why self-awareness, conscious awareness is very, very important. You got to be repetitive with the things that you are teaching yourself, the new things that you're learning. Because just because you read some type of positive affirmation or a self-help book doesn't mean it's going to stick here, social media world. Just as quick as it go in, as quick as it go out. It's kind of, you got to treat it like a textbook. Like when you was in school and you were studying for the exam, you got to kind of treat it like that because you're not going to remember. It's not nothing done intentionally. It's just human nature. Unless you just have one of those great memories or photographic memories that it just kind of sticks and stays. You got to always repetitively, repetition, keep going through it, and going through it. Keep that on the forefront of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So when you do come across something where you have to choose, well, man, I'm in a predicament. Hold on, social media, bro. It's a lot of activity out there today. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a lot of Aries out there wilding out. You know, we go 0 to 100 real quick. But on a real note, when something comes up, you have to choose how you want to look at it. And I advise you to choose something that's working in your favor, which would be the faith. Why would you want to choose something that's not working in your favor and you don't even know the result yet? Think about it. You don't even know the result, that the outcome of what's going to happen. But we do this all the time. If we go to a job interview and we're not going to know until they call us, guess what most of us is probably thinking? Oh man, I'll probably not get the job. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't say, well, I'm going to get the job? And then when the results come, you deal with it at the time that it comes. But you should constantly, for you, constantly think the optimistic route, the abundant, have an abundant mindset, think the most positive outcome until you get the result, social media world. We're constantly thinking in the negative, in a lack mentality. And guess what? When you think about the worst case scenario, how many times have you thought the worst case scenario about something you didn't even know the outcome yet? And the worst case scenario never happened. It never happened. So you did all that worrying, all that stressing for what? And sometimes, if you really hone in on it, the worst case scenario might actually happen, or maybe not even the worst case scenario, but a scenario that's not going to work in your favor might happen because guess what? That was your predominant thought. The universe gave you what you was thinking about most of the time. And everybody does it. So don't knock yourself for it happening. Just be more mindful, become more self-aware that it's a choice. And I think a lot of us fall victim to it because we're just so programmed. Our paradigm is just so used to thinking the worst. So we don't feel kind of let down the expectation. Because if we have a positive expectation and it doesn't happen, we kind of feel a certain way. So I think over the years, and I think that kind of stemmed from childhood. Like you wanted something for Christmas, your parents didn't get it for you, and now you let down. So I think as we got older, we kind of just got used to not get, because when you're a kid, you want everything. So your expectations is hardly ever met because you want everything as a kid, as a child, because you know no better. So now when you transition and you go to your adolescent years, your early adulthood, up until however old you are, you kind of program not to have great expectations because you never probably got what you wanted. So we don't even know that we programmed ourselves. This is why you have to become self aware and understand it's a choice at this point. All you're doing is assuming. Faith is an assumption, fear is an assumption. Unless you're in the water and a shark is swarming around you, and there's a couple of sharks swarming around you, and you're scared to get bit, that's that's a valid fear. That's a fear that you should be having. You know what I'm saying? If you in the jungle and you see and you hear a rattlesnake or you see a lion, or if you in a dark alley and you see 10 dudes coming up to you, these are all valid fears. These are fears that you should have. There are instincts that we have as human beings, and even animals have instincts. But the fears that we create in ourselves, that we make up, assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know the outcomes yet. But we're assuming the worst because of our program, because of our paradigm, because we're not doing that internal work. And it's really hindering us, social media world. We're really doing a lot of self-sabotaging because of our paradigm from childhood and expectations not being met, always being let down. Your dad didn't come through, your mom didn't come through, whoever didn't come through. When you get a certain age, you gotta just erase it. Like you know the Men in Black movie where they had that zapper and they just zapped you and your brain just went blank. Once you get a certain age, social media, where you gotta kind of blank your mind from a lot of things because you can't let your childhood thought process still dictate your 30-year-old person. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because a lot of us at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 is still letting fears that we had when we was 13, 17, 18, 22 still kind of hinder us and dictate how we moving, thinking, and feeling, which is crazy to me. And it's not really crazy because it's the norm. And the reason why I say it's the norm because we're not doing the internal work. We're moving off of our life experience. And depending on your life experience, everybody's life experience is different. And this is why I always promote self-awareness, self-help, because that's how you're going to override that paradigm. That's how you're going to override that thought process that's hindering you, self-sabotaging you, that's causing you stress, that's causing you high blood pressure, that's causing you all these things. Your lackadaisic mentality, your lack mindset. A lot of us is thinking in lack, and this is abundance of everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your religion is. I don't know what your faith is. But one thing I do know, every single religion out there promotes positivity and belief. Everything is a belief. Believe in yourself and believe in faith. Focus on what you want and stop focusing on what you don't want. Don't even think about what you don't want. When it happens in real time, say if you focus on what you want and then boom, 2 weeks later it happens, you don't get it. At least you didn't kill yourself twice, and the last 2 weeks you was worried, stressing about it happening in a negative way, and now you could just deal with it on real time in the present moment. Stop focusing on things you don't want. Stop letting fear override your mind because you're bringing it into existence. And we're just making assumptions, social media world. Assume the best. Have faith. Think positive. And I know it's easier said than done. It's not an easy thing. So I'm not going to sit here. I might be talking. You're like, well, yeah, it sounds easy, but it could be though. It's all what you put into it. It's kind of like the gym. The more work you put in the gym, the more results you're going to get. The more work you put in that work, you might have a better option of getting a raise or being acknowledged. And your supervisor seeing you like, damn, this guy is actually, he's a team player. We laying off people, but we can't lay off this guy because this guy puts in a lot of effort. Think positive. If you're gonna make assumptions in a positive manner that's gonna help you, that's gonna help your peace of mind. Because that's what moves mountains. Faith, your peace of mind. I hope all this makes sense. I'm sorry that I feel like, or you guys may feel like I'm speeding because I'm actually about to go out, have a couple drinks, celebrate myself because it was my birthday. Aries gang, Aries season, Brooklyn, Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Yo, faith over fear. It's a choice. Choose how you want to live. You want to live in faith, where your mind is always thinking of the best outcomes, the best scenarios, or you want to live in fear, where you're thinking the worst case scenarios and you're constantly under stress, discord, and living in a negative environment mentally. It's kind of like you in a jail cell, man. Let's get it. You